Hi, and welcome back to 31 Days of Your Scrapbooking Q&As. Today's sponsor is Gossamer Blue, the no-risk monthly scrapbooking kit club with 2 different subscriptions at discounted prices. One is for traditional scrapbooking and one for divided page or pocket page scrapbooking. Find out more at gossamerblue.com. Today's question comes from Valerie, who asks, I get overwhelmed by the choice of embellishments available. Kits really help, but sometimes I look at a page someone else has done, and I think, how in the world did they think to include all those tags, arrows, flowers, buttons, brad stamps, etc.? Occasionally, a page by other people will look overdone to me, but often my own pages look a little blah and are old-fashioned. But I sort of don't know where to begin to get that groovy layered look, and how even to layer paper effectively. Help! Valerie, that is a really common question. And with the trend towards layering and adding texture and dimension and multiple item upon item upon item and lots of little clusters, it can be really overwhelming. Or the company's different layers, or excuse me, I'll redo that. The first thing I want you to know is that oftentimes those cool pages that you're seeing are actually commissioned for design team members to create. They are given supplies from the manufacturer and they want to use as much as possible on their pages, not because it helps document their memories, but because it lets them display the company or the manufacturer's different products. So when it comes to real life or real scrapbooking, we may want to take it down a notch or 2 or 3 or 4. A lot of us are clean and simple scrapbookers with a more of a graphic style, and we can feel kind of out of step with the current layered style because that's not our natural inclination. So don't feel like just because you see it in galleries or see it on manufacturers' blogs or see it in magazines that you have to do the same thing. You don't. Really stick to your style and know what works for you. You say your pages look a little old-fashioned or a little underdone maybe. If that's just honestly what you feel like when you look at it, like you wish you could add more but you don't know how, that's one thing. But if you just are comparing it to what's in the galleries now and what you're seeing as popular now, don't feel like you have to do that too. Really do what works for you. So start there. If you do want to learn how to layer more effectively, there are some tips that you can use for doing that. And I've actually created some videos about this. And one of them in particular was talking about Spanx and getting the foundation of your page in place before you start layering from there. Just like when you're dressing, when you're getting dressed in the morning, you wouldn't start with your earrings. You would start with the larger pieces of your wardrobe and build from there. So think about that with your page. Start with the background cardstock, start with larger pieces of paper, start with larger embellishments, and then layer on the smaller ones. Maybe you start with a large flourish stamp in the background, and then you put some pattern paper on top of that, and then you add a brad in the corner, and then you go down to the sequin level. It's hard to start at the sequin level and build up, so really think big before you think small. Also, I encourage you to watch process videos by some of the masters of layering. Two in particular, Jennifer Gallagher and Nicole McGuirk. These women are queens of creating layers on their pages, and I really encourage you to watch them. Both of them have process videos that they do quite regularly on their blogs, and just watching them create a page and talking through the process will really help you and help your understanding of why they choose what they choose. What I've found is that oftentimes it's serendipity. Every month at Scrapbook Improv, I work with the Gossamer Blue kit, and I use whatever's in there on my page, and I try to implement or include as many things as possible because it's there in the kit and it's all pre-coordinated. But oftentimes I don't know what's going to be there, so I'm just playing around with it, moving it around on the page until it strikes a chord in me and looks right to me. So practice, practice, practice. See what the masters do. Realize that what's current and hot now may not be your personal style, and don't be afraid to experiment and try different things. And I know you will soon have more of a comfort level with layering, and you'll be able to add some of those little details that make the pages so fun. Thanks so much, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye.